This is Adam from Beyond Medicine. Today I'd like to talk about tranquility. Tranquility. Oops. Now, tranquility was designed originally to be like a stronger version of Blue Lotus. Blue Lotus was a very successful product, but what came out of Immortality was, at times people were almost had too much life force returning, so they were quite amped up and they couldn't sleep necessarily, which is, you wouldn't think would be a problem, but everyone needs to sleep. So I developed Tranquility as a stronger version of Blue Lotus, with different ingredients, obviously, and I'll go into the ingredients now. But the idea behind it was that, when we're too sedate, we take the creation to bounce us up while we're taking the immortality. And when we're too elevated or too agitated for whatever reason, we take tranquility to calm us down. Now, tranquility has been fantastic for sleep. I take a couple of drops just if I can't sleep, and I'm just sleep in 5 minutes. So it's just using it for that is fantastic. Also, any state where we're too anxious about anything or we're too agitated, and often, whether it's having had too much coffee or worry about something, or someone's sick, or we're worried about them, or someone's died, these states when the emotions spike a bit and we get a bit, unhappy, this just brings everything down. Now, to understand tranquility, let me go through the ingredients. So the basis of it is Blue Lotus. So the tranquility does contain the original Blue Lotus, the one made with the red and the white springs of Glastonbury. So that in itself is a very holy substance. I use the white spring and the red spring to cook up the Blue Lotus that I actually made up the final Blue Lotus from. And what that means is the red is high in iron, the white is high in calcium. So the feminine and the masculine combined. So Blue Lotus is a very complete substance in itself, in that it nourishes the nervous system and it just calms everything down without actually altering our mind space in any way. But when it's combined with this red and the white spring, it's really the masculine and the feminine integrated. But what people were expressing to me was that when they took just the Blue Lotus on, when they were on the immortality, it wasn't quite enough. So I made something stronger. Now, the other two ingredients I added to tranquility were a strong version of ashwagandha. Now, ashwagandha is the winter cherry. It's a sedating adaptogen. So the adaptogens are a class of medicines which act to regulate the nervous system and the metabolism. So, the more stimulating adaptogens are like ginseng. People know that it stimulates you, but the sedating adaptogens, it's like, it just helps the body to adapt to stress better by sedating you. So it's almost like your engine's running too hot, so then you change to a higher gear and you have more, from fourth to say fifth, you have more breathing space, everything runs more smoothly, you actually take the revs down. So you actually get a much smoother effect in the body. Now, when we take this, we're telling the body in effect to relax on a very deep level, to actually calm down, go to a slower speed than it would normally go at. And that's the value of the ashwagandha, especially in conjunction with the Blue Lotus. So we're telling the nervous system to calm down, but we're also telling it to adapt to stress by, slowing itself down. Or, what people find with ashwagandha is that it's very calming. It's known as a sedating adaptogen because it calms people down. So this seemed like a natural thing to put into tranquility, and it really bears out, because people really get a beautiful effect from the tranquility, especially if they find the Blue Lotus is not strong enough, and for anyone who can't sleep, it's quite amazing. The third ingredient I put in there is the light of Venus, because the sense of what comes out of the light of Venus is the sense of being loved, right? As the light of Jupiter has the feeling of abundance, the light of Venus is to be loved and to love. And obviously, if we're feeling loved or loving, the nervous system is calmer because we're happier. And what it comes down to ultimately is a happy nervous system, which is able to relax because it's feeling held, right? Part of the reason people often are feeling agitated is they're feeling unheld and they're not quite sure where they're going to land or what's going to happen or will they be able to go to sleep. But if we give them this almost like oxytocin type feeling of being loved and held that we get from hugging people, then the body is able to relax. And as the body relaxes, we're able to sleep or calm down from whatever excitement we've had. Now, whether it's too much coffee or, bad news, it makes no real difference in terms of how the nervous system's responding to it, because it's responding to it as an agitation. And, the body then goes into this kind of slightly agitated, trembly space. And in that space, nothing very positive occurs. We run around, we do lots of things. We're not very productive because we're just too agitated. But if we can take the nervous system down to a state where we're calm, then we can do stuff like going to sleep. We can relax. We can actually turn the nervous system off, because everyone knows that if the nervous system's primed to be on the alert, we can't digest properly, we can't sleep properly, the hormones get out of whack, because the nervous system takes precedence, because that's really designed for flight or fright. And if we're in the state of fight or flight, we're not doing what we should be doing to move down into rest and relaxation. So people have found Tranquility very, very beneficial generally in a wide variety of situations where a bit of calming is required. What sets it aside from other products of a similar nature is that there's no alteration to the mind space. There's no, it's not making you zoned out or whatever. It's just literally calming the nervous system down. The idea that like we'll be a bit like out of it or tranquilized, like from a like a painkiller, or even like certain cannabis products will alter the mind. This is not altering the mind at all. It's really not designed to do that. It's just, if we see the mind as what sits on top of the nervous system, so the mind sitting on top of the nervous system, if we can calm the nervous system down, then the mind will go down with it. Whereas if we try to alter the mind in some way, then we often just get a bit of a foggy mind and disconnected. And when people take this for sleep, what they find is that they have a deeper, more relaxing sleep. They go down quicker. They get a deeper rest because the nervous system is more rested, and they come out of it better because they're not in the state of perpetual agitation. And there's no fogginess afterwards. There's no, a lot of people on sleeping pills report, they don't dream and they come to and they're a bit groggy in the morning. There's none of that. In fact, there's the opposite. You feel better because you've gotten a better night's sleep because the nervous system is more relaxed. So many potential uses for this. It's really has been designed as a much wider substance than Blue Lotus, but I wouldn't necessarily give it to, for example, to children. Blue Lotus is perfect for children, but the adaptation effect of the Tranquility might be a little bit too strong. For myself, I generally only take it if I need to sleep, but then it's magical. And I know that I'm going to have a great sleep. I'm going to go to sleep very quickly, and I'm going to wake up feeling good because I've actually been able to get a deep sleep because I'm more relaxed. So yes, this is Tranquility. And as I said, it was part of the Immortal Trinity. That's how it was designed. It was designed for that, for states where we were excessively stimulated and we needed to really calm down out of that state of excess stimulation. This is Adam from Beyond Medicine.